Galarian Zapdos didn't have much of a chance to shine in Generation 8 thanks to Dynamax. However, in non-Dynamax formats, it has a really interesting niche with a fighting flying type with the Define ability, which is amazing for it, and then coverage and acrobatics that's supported by the Grassy Seed with Rillaboom. We're going to be trying out this team that ended up getting 2,000 rating plus on Battle Stadium, which is extremely hard to do, and see how this team performs. This team features Grassy Seed, Galarian Zapdos. The idea of the team is to support the Galarian Zapdos, getting it the Grassy Seed and allowing it to use Bulk Up while recovering with the Cresselia with the Lunar Blessing, alongside Icy Wind Trick Room support, Rillaboom with Fake Out, and of course setting up the Grassy Terrain. You have the Scarf Golden Go to help pressure Flutter Mains, and you have Ting Lu that allows Zapdos to partner with it and able to take the special attacks even better. Finally, the Palafin as a offensive option with haze support that's also useful for Dondozo. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, you can check them out in the description down below. Urshifu, Xianpao, Heatran, Iron Bundle, Rillaboom, Dragonite. So I guess Iron Bundle is the only outlier, but this is a pretty standard team otherwise. Let's see, how do I want to perform against this? I do like my Galarian Zapdos. It does put on a lot of pressure. I think I probably want to Terra it, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty good with Terra. I do want to bring the Galarian Zapdos. I think I want to bring the Rillaboom. I think they're really great picks. And then in the back, I really like... What do I like? They're so Flutter Main, so that's actually really nice I don't have to deal with. I feel like it might be Ting Lu plus Cresselia. Golden Go is nice, but it's not necessary at all. I like Cresselia to help out against the Urshifu, which is probably like the biggest Pokemon that I'm actually concerned about. I don't think I really like Palafin. It doesn't do much in this matchup, especially with Terra Grass, Heatran potentially, and then like Jet Punch doesn't do anything otherwise. Golden Go could be a thing, but I'm not really too convinced on like how much it could do, especially if it's like a Scarf Urshifu, which they usually are on this team. Although Iron Bundle I guess could change dynamics, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Ting Lu for having a special defense switch in, like for my Galarian Zapdos, just preventing it from getting hit by the special attacks super hard here, like a Freeze Dry, a Hydro Pump, or the Heatran's Heat Waves. I think it's 100% worth it. So a lot of the game will be rotating and protecting the Galarian Zapdos, but we do have some pretty good offensive tools as well. The Ting Lu could put us into a really nice position. The Rillaboom's really nice against just the Urshifu in general, although it could be Dark Urshifu on this team. If it's Dark Urshifu, I mean, I don't want to Terra if it's Dark Urshifu because I actually want to resist the Wicked Blow then. So that is something I'm going to have to consider because Dark Urshifu could actually screw up a lot of my plans, but we'll find out. We're going to see the Xianpao Dragonite lead, which is okay for me. I do lead my Rillaboom plus the Galarian Zapdos. Not a terrible lead right here, as we are going to be able to get our Grassy Seed immediately, which is pretty nice in general. Okay. So I can go for Fake Out. I feel like Fake Out's probably pretty acceptable, and I could go for Bulk if I want to. I have no idea if this is Terra Flying Dragonite, which is, I guess, is a pretty big risk here. I could go for a Thunderous Kick immediately into the Dragonite, or I could go for Detect. I have a few other plays. It's just like playing passively against Xianpao Dragonite kind of stinks usually, but I don't think I mind just going for a Detect right here and swapping out into the Cresselia and hard swapping, because I don't know if Xianpao is going to protect here. Whether I don't think you should Terra Ghost, but that might be an option. I want to see what Dragonite locks itself into. Does it lock itself into Extreme Speed or not is a pretty big question. I might Terra my Zapdos even if I don't like it. I think it's probably acceptable. We're bringing out our Cresselia. I want Lunar Blessing on deck later on. We are going to see a Terra, so let's see if it's going to be the Dragonite or if it's going to be the Xianpao. It is going to be the Xianpao, so they were trying to cover for the Fake Out, so I'm really glad that I didn't go for a Fake Out lock-in. I didn't want to Fake Out the Dragonite either because we have no idea if it's Inner Focus or if it's Multi-Scale. So I think Cresselia is like a pretty decent mid-ground. We'll Detect here with our Zapdos. We successfully got the Terra off. The Extreme Speed is going to come out into the Zapdos, and there's no Terra Normal to Dragonite, which significantly changes the calcs, and we're going to see a Icicle Crash also into the Zapdos. So that was basically a perfect turn right here. Maybe I could have got a U-turn off, but either way, like, this is still a pretty ideal situation, because now I can go for a Terra, I can Terra Electric, I can go for Acrobatics, do some pretty good damage to the... I could do either slot. I think I'm going to target down the Do I want to Icy Wind or do I want to Trick Room, I guess is the question. Let me double check my speed tier on the Zapdos real quick to see if it's worth. I think I do want a Terra here. I do want a Terra. I want to go for maybe a Bulk Up isn't bad here. I think Bulk Up is probably acceptable. And just Lunar Blessing, or I could Icy Wind. I like Lunar Blessing though. And I think I am going to Lunar Blessing. I don't know if, I don't think you could really afford to switch in Urshifu on Acrobatics, but we are going to see the swap. So what's coming in? Is it going to be the, no, Heatran. Okay, so that actually works out perfectly for me. All right. So I get a free Bulk Up. I don't get a fighting, I don't go for the flying move into what was the Heatran. I threatened the Heatran with the Thunderous Kick, so I should be able to obliterate it, and then I can go for like an Icy Wind if I want. So Terra Electric on the Galarian Zapdos to get rid of my ice weakness. We do have weakness to ground, but that's really it now. Okay. We also tank the Shampoo and the Dragon Ice attacks a lot better in the future. Ice Go Crash is going to come out into the Galarian Zapdos. We take that extremely well. Get another Bulk Up off. And now we also get Grassy Terrain benefits. So this Lunar Blessing. Oh, man. This Galarian Zapdos is about to go in against their team right now. The Shampoo is no longer a threat, really. So very huge here. And now I'm going to go for Thunderous Kick into the Heatran. And I'm going to go for a Trick Room with my Cresselia. Because the only thing that really abuses the Trick Room is going to be the Heatran. And unless the Ting-Lu is super slow on their team, that could make sense. But I think I do want a Trick Room. I'm kind of banking on the Urshifu being slow, which I pretty much would assume on this team. So I'd rather just go for the Trick Room. If they protect the Heatran, it's fine because like the Shampoo's not doing any damage. And then I could go out into my Ting-Lu to take the special attacks better with my Galarian Zapdos. So I think this is a pretty reasonable situation. I could also protect Moonblast to break the sash on Shampoo. There's a lot of things I could do here. So very happy about like my position. And let's see what they can really do to counteract because they do not have the best answers. They go for a Crash into Cresselia and no Protect on the Heatran. So I should be able to get rid of the Heatran in a very nice fashion. So here comes a Thunderous Kick. And goodbye, Heatran. So very great start here. Let's see if we get that Trick Room or not with the Cresselia. Looks like we do get the Trick Room off successfully, which is amazing here. I'd imagine that the Shampoo is most likely going to be the Focus Sash user. So I don't think it's... Yeah, Urshifu is coming out. Yeah, that's basically what I anticipated. Oh, it is a dark Urshifu. Okay. So Wicked Blow is scary, but I do have Moonblast on Cresselia. I am going to just go for a Acrobatics into the Urshifu. And I think I want to Moonblast double up their Urshifu. If they protect, that's fine. Because the Shampoo, again, can't do any damage to my team overall. I want to get rid of that Urshifu because Urshifu is probably like the biggest threat. And once I get a Urshifu, I think Ting-Lu should be good enough. They go for a Sucker Punch to cover for the knockout on Cresselia in case of the Moonblast. And that does work out. Let's see if it's Wicked Blow. They have to be like really slow Urshifu here. But it looks like not the case. Acrobatics is going to come out, knock out the Urshifu. And yeah, I'm really happy to trade the Cresselia for the Urshifu. So very nice position. We can go out into our Ting-Lu, I suppose. Ting-Lu's in a really nice spot. And we could just double the Dragonite with a Rock Slide Acrobatics combination. That should be able to pick up the knockout, I think, into that Dragonite. So, yeah, really nice here. This is a very beautiful core. We will go for the Acrobatics into the Dragonite and a Rock Slide as well. Now, if we miss, could be a little bit annoying. Depends on the item on the Dragonite, if it's multi-scale or not. But right now... feeling pretty good about our position. They protect the Shampoo, which definitely makes sense. I'm targeting the Dragonite because I think Dragonite most likely is going to be... I mean, the Shampoo has the option to protect. The Dragonite usually is choice band on these teams, so more likely that the Shampoo going to be the one protected. We're going to see the Outrage, and it does target into my Zapdos. Still does a lot of damage. Confirms the Bandit Suspicion, but doesn't crit, so we are able to Acrobatics the Dragonite and pick up the knockout. That should just secure the game because... now the Shampoo is locked into single target attacks. It needs a crit in my Galarian Zapdos with Sucker Punch for a chance right here. And even then I get, I'm pretty sure, Stomping Tantrum. Actually, yeah. I Acrobatics the Shampoo and I go for a Stomping Tantrum. I was thinking of going for the Earthquake, but there's no point of going for the Earthquake. Because if they Sucker Punch and I don't go down, I then KO my own Zapdos, which... not really worth it. So let's just go for Stomping Tantrum into the Acrobatics, they go for Sucker Punch. It doesn't crit me, and that is going to secure the game. So Galarian Zapdos really able to break through their team, which was really nice. Got our Cresselia in a fantastic moment. We got the bait the Terra, and that was a huge one. We were able to bait the Terra and the Xianpao, and that was fantastic because they were scared of the fake out pressure, and they wanted to try to come in and get rid of the Galarian Zapdos, which was a big threat, but playing a bit passive and patiently ended up really paying off as I was able to get my Cresselia, get the Lunar Blessing as they weren't able to do much damage, and yeah, the Galarian Zapdos was really able to go in under Trick Room. Landorus, Tornadus, Regidrago, Urshifu, Goldengo, Indeedee. We've seen this team before. We've used on the channel. Regidrago is actually pretty scary, but we do have Ting-Lu, which Terra Fairy Ting-Lu actually does give this team, ironically, a lot of trouble. So I'm going to have to keep in mind. Goldengo could be used, but I don't think it's really worth it. I do like Cresselia plus Rillaboom potentially. If I remember right, this Torn is not Covert Cloak. It should be Focus Sash on this team. Yeah, I think it's Focus Sash, so I should be okay with leading this. And I think in the back, I really like the Galarian Zapdos plus the Ting-Lu. Because under Trick Room, they have a really tough time of handling the rest of my Mons. So let's see how this combination is going to perform. If they lead something like Indeedee Goldengo, that could actually be pretty terrifying. But then again, I could just go hard into Ting-Lu, so I guess it's not too bad. If they lead the Regidrago, I have a Ting-Lu, but I also have Fake Out Pressure. So we'll see. If they lead the Torn, I might just Fake Out the Torn. And they lead Landorus plus the Torn, which is completely alright here. So I will go for Fake Out and Torn. Unless they change the team to make it Covert Cloak with Taunt, I don't think that this is a bad option. I could also Icy Wind, which is also another factor, but I don't see a reason really to go for the Icy Wind. I'd rather just go for the Trick Room immediately and go for a Fake Out into the Torn slot. I wouldn't make this play normally, I think, if it was like if I didn't know this team, if I didn't use it before, but since we've seen the 6 before, since I've used the 6 before, I'm pretty confident that it wasn't Covert Cloak Tauntaun, so I should be okay. They're gonna go for a Terra. I imagine this is Landorus, but if it's Tornadus for Ghost for Taunt, oh, they do. Okay, so that's another way to play around it. All right, so did they go for that option? I guess it's not awful for me, but it's not amazing, of course. Fake Out gonna fail into the Torn. They're gonna be able to get a Taunt off, it looks like. Yep. So that was another option, but I was more scared of Landorus Terra Blast because I felt like I'd be more down in that case, but it looks like it works out. U-turn going to come out into the Rillaboom, which is all right here. Okay, so they get a free switch. If this is Goldengo, it's okay. If it's Regidrago, it's still not amazing, but it's like okay. I can still Icy Wind for speed control, I guess. We are going to see the switch out into the Regidrago immediately. All right. So I would like to go for a Moonblast in the Regidrago because I want to weaken the power of Dragon Energy as much as possible. So I will go for the Moonblast immediately. And I think I'm just going to go hard into my Ting-Lu because Ting-Lu is mainly for Regidrago and Goldengo. And if I can get rid of that threat, I might as well just go for it here. This might be Bleak Wind plus Dragon Energy, which is completely acceptable. This Ting-Lu, Vessel of Ruin is actually going to make this a lot harder for my opponent, and the Citrus Berry is going to come in clutch too. Bleak Wind is also going to miss the Cresselia, which is also really nice. So look at how well Ting-Lu takes that as well. Very, very solid Ting-Lu. Dragon Energy is going to be fired off into the Cresselia and the Ting-Lu, but look at how little that did for Dragon Energy. Moonblast is going to come out into the Regidrago. That also did a lot less damage, mainly because of, unfortunately, we also have the factor of our own Ting-Lu, but it's still not terrible. I think we get an Icy Wind off here. Pretty safe. And I think I want to go for a Stomping Tantrum into the Torn because I want to try to buy as many turns of the taunt as possible and make sure they can't taunt me the following. They go for another Bleak Wind. It looks like Ting-Lu avoided this time. Cresselia is going to be able to take the attacks really well. We're able to heal up with our Berry. Okay. Dragon Energy is going to be weaker from the Regidrago this time. Looks like they fired off another Dragon Energy, which is okay here. As you can see, we are taking a lot of spread damage, but I think in the end, this is definitely going to be worth it. Icy Wind is going to be fired off into the Torn as well as the Drago, because eventually the Taunt's going to wear away, and I can also, like, I threatened the Lunar Blessing healing, so I could deny Tailwind and get rid of their speed advantage options, which is nice. That Torn is just not taking much damage, jeez. We are healing with the Grassy Terrain. We do shake up the Taunt. So they have to Taunt again. I wonder if they are going to, but I think that just Icy Wind is pretty safe alongside Terra Blast or Stomping Tantrum, the Regidrago to weaken the power dry energy more. They could go Landorus, but they are taking an Icy Wind on Landorus, so it's not like that bad. They do go for a Taunt again, which is really nice because I'm pretty sure Cresselia should be able to outspeed the Regidrago and get an Icy Wind off, and then King Lu should outspeed in the process, get a Stomping Tantrum, so their dry energy is just not doing any damage to me anymore. So I can kind of leave the Drago a little bit alone and try to focus on the Torn. Oh, never mind. They're still faster. The Dragon Pulse not enough to finish off the Tinglu. We are able to get a Stomping Tantrum off into the Regidrago. We actually get a crit on the Regidrago. I don't know if I wanted the crit because I'd rather have the Drago that can't do that much damage on the field, but I guess that's acceptable here. We have slowed down my opponent's team immensely. Golden Go is going to come out. Okay, this is where it gets complicated because I did have to utilize a lot of my resources to take care, but it's still all right. I think I want to go for a Icy Wind again, and let's go for a Stomping Tantrum into the Golden Go. As Shadow Ball going to come out, which is actually interesting because they don't pick up the knockout, I think, into my Tinglu with Bleak Wind single target. Let's see. It's close, but I don't think they do. We'll find out. And they actually missed the Bleak Wind on top of that, so that ended up not working out for my opponent. I am able to get the Stomping Tantrum off into the Golden Go, do a ton of damage, which is great. Perfect. Grassy Terrain disappears from the battlefield. We're about to reset it, so it's okay. We're gonna go out into, I feel like Zapdos might be better here. So I still have Terra available, which is nice. I don't know who's actually going to be the Terramon. I think it's probably, I want to go Rillaboom so I can threaten the Woodhammer into the Torn. Ooh, this is kind of a weird spot. I think Landorus is coming in, which is the awkward part. I'm like pretty confident Landorus is coming in, and then Torn most likely going to... The Torn is -2 speed. I don't think it goes down to -1 knockoff or Woodhammer because the Stomping Tantrum just did no damage. But I think I have to go for the attack into the slot. Is knockoff going to do more? Or is Woodhammer going to do more? I feel like Woodhammer probably does more. I want to say that I should say Terra, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm going to go for a knockoff in a Torn, and I think I'm going to go for a Stomping Tantrum in a Torn as well. I think that it's more likely the Golden Go switches out. Oh, it stays in. So that means I probably get double knockout here. The Shadow Ball's not KOing because I do have the Vessel of Ruin. The Torn is -2 speed, so Rillaboom should outspeed and get a knockoff into the Torn. Maybe I should have Woodhammered here because I think Woodhammer guaranteed KO'd. Oh my goodness, I should have Woodhammered. I didn't want to take the extra recoil if I didn't have to, but I do get the Stomping at least into the Torn. All right. So this is still a pretty okay position? Question mark? I'm not 100% certain on this one here. All right. As the Landorus is coming in. There should be an attack into the Tinglu. Okay, I have a feeling of what I do here. I think my play is just to go for a knockoff KO the Golden Go if I survive the turn, but I don't think I am. I'm gonna go out of my Galarian Zapdos. I want to scout for like what the move is from the Landorus. I think this is either gonna be the Stomping Tantrum or the U-turn into Tinglu, but I actually don't even remember which one it does have. I don't remember this had Earthquake on the team. That's why. I want to see like what move the Landorus goes for. I'm pretty sure that if it's, I think it's U-turn here potentially. But let's find out. I will retreat my Tinglu. I want to save it, go out into my Zapdos. And let's see if this works out my favor. We will go get the Grassy Seed up. Gonna be, yeah, it is U-turn. Okay. And then we'll go for Shadow Ball into what was the Rillaboom. Okay, okay. So I'm pretty sure that this is specs Golden Go. If your best move was U-turn, you don't have the same power Stomping Tantrum. I'm pretty sure like my best play here. They could make the read here, but I'm not 100% certain. I think my best option is to Terra the Tanglu and hope that they target the Zapdos with the Golden Go. So I want to go for the Terra Fairy Stomping Tantrum plus a Detect. Actually, do I need to Detect here? No, I wouldn't Detect here. I think I would Bulk Up. No, I would Bulk Up 100%. Because if they do Shadow Ball the Tanglu, it's better to get a Bulk Up off. So I can do more damage to the... Would it be... Yeah, I think it would be better to go for the Bulk Up. The reason it'd be better to go for the Bulk Up is I need the extra damage into the Golden Go, but I feel like I also need a bit more defense to actually take the Rock Slides from the Landers, which I think is going to be a pretty crucial factor. We'll see. This is going to be a really close end game, but let's see if it's Shadow Ball U-turn, which I might survive too. They go for the U-turn into the Tanglu. Okay. They Shadow Balled my Zapdos. Okay. I should easily take this with the Vessel of Ruin. Yeah. Oh, they gave me Defiant too. Oh, I should have Acrobatics set because I'm like, but actually, no, it didn't matter because actually, no, I always Bulk Up here because I wouldn't know that factor. And if they Shadow Ball that slot, it means that the Tanglu is always getting the Stomping Tantrum in the Golden Go. So I will be able to seal the Golden Go knockout. Yeah. Okay. So no, Bulk Up was always correct there. And now that I have a +2 defense Galarian Zapdos and the Tanglu still around to help out against this Landorus, I also have Grassy Terrain Healing as well. We can go for a Terra Blast into the Landers as well as an Acrobatics. That was going to be forfeited. They can't break through the Galarian Zapdos. Perfect. I mean, they could have flinched me to oblivion because the Landers was slower, but I'm or faster because I was slower, but oh, clutch that one out there. Yeah. Urshifu, Rillaboom, Dondozo, Shein, Pal, Arcanine, Corviknight. Okay, definitely a unique take on things. The solo Dondozo with Corviknight, and then all right, Rillaboom's really good here. I don't know if it's water or dark Urshifu. That's a pretty big question. The Arcanine is interesting here. I do like Galarian Zapdos a lot. Galarian Zapdos is really good. I like it with Rillaboom. I think in the back, I don't need the Tanglu. Tinglu's not necessary. I don't think I need Palafin, question mark. I mean, Palafin could be nice for Jet Punch, but I don't think it's really worth it otherwise. I do want to bring the Cresselia though. Cresselia is great. Last Pokemon is either Palafin or the Golden Go. I think I want to go with Golden Go because Golden Go allows me to break through the Corviknight guaranteed, and I do have Trick, which could help. It also could be like a late game sweeper. So I think that's a good combination. The Galarian Zapdos is going to definitely put in work. I think I want to Terra the Galarian Zapdos because they do not have a way of really dealing with the Galarian Zapdos. The only issue is going to be the Dondozo. If it's going to be Unaware Dondozo, but if it's Unaware Dondozo, Thunder's Kick, it's not unaware against that of its own stat decreases. So that would be very helpful. Let's find out because the Pokemon I'm really scared of, Shampoo, if it has Crash, just because it can flinch and the team is pretty slow in general, especially with the mode I'm going for, as well as the Urshifu. Urshifu can be scary. So let's see what kind of combination my opponent is really going to go for. It's going to be the Urshifu plus Corviknight, which Dark Urshifu, good to confirm. All right. So I do lead the Rillaboom and the Galarian Zapdos. I do get the Grassy Seed. Okay, I'm kind of okay with this. I get to find out what kind of Urshifu it is. I kind of want to go for a Fake Out into Corviknight to deny Tailwind. I don't know if this is Scarf or Urshifu or if it's Focus Sash or if it's Choice Band or like all those factors. I imagine Shampoo is probably Sash. I think I can go for a Thunderous Kick very safely into the Urshifu and Fake Out here the Corviknight. I don't want to get greedy because like if this is Band Urshifu, it can clear the Rillaboom instantly, which means that I'm already down, and I think Banded Terra Dark Urshifu could actually like two-shot my Galarian Zapdos, so not something I want to play around. We are going to see a Terra, it looks like, from my opponent. Is this actually going to be the Terra on the Urshifu? Going to be the Terra, going to involve poison. I got it wrong. Okay, still not terrible though. All right, so they're attacking with Urshifu, which is good to know. Fake Out going to come out of corner. Are you Rocky Helmet? Not Rocky Helmet. Wicked Blow going to come out into the Rillaboom. Does a pretty good amount of damage. Unfortunately puts me out of the berry range, but still acceptable. I do get the Thunderous Kickoff into the Urshifu, but The defense fall into acrobatics? I don't know how much damage I'm doing, but it should do a lot. I would like to conserve Rillaboom if possible for Dondozo, I think. I don't want to sack Cresselia. I feel like Golden Go is very expendable, but I guess I don't need Rillaboom in the long term. Yeah, I need it for the grassy terrain, but that was really it. I think I'm just going to acrobatics the Urshifu. I want to bulk up. No, I want acrobatics. I do want acrobatics, and I think I want to go for a U-turn. I think I want a U-turn the Corviknight, because if they protect the Urshifu, because the way you're targeting me is like probably going to be attacking the Rillaboom, and if you detect, I get a free U-turn off, so this works out fine. So yeah, I am going to be able to go for the acrobatics here. I'm pretty sure that Rillaboom should be fast in Corviknight and get a U-turn off, and then I can bring out my... I can bring out Cresselia, or I can bring out Golden Go. Either one's acceptable. I think I'm just going to go into Golden Go, because they might not expect a Choice Scarf. And if that's the case, I could get like a trick, or I could go for the Terra Steel, make it rain. Although I really don't want to go for the Terra Steel, make it rain here. But we'll find out. Bring out the Golden Go. Iron Defense. Ooh, all right. All right. So I guess I want to trick the Corviknight then, which is fine. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad of a position. I'm going to go for a trick into the Corviknight. And I'm going to go for a bulk up. Because I don't think I actually knock out the Urshifu because of the grassy terrain now. So I'm going to trick the Corviknight. Because if it locks itself into Iron Defense, it's in a really bad position. So this Urshifu is not choice banned, so I don't feel like I'm super threatened, but I gotta watch out. I could Terra Fairy my Cresselia. That also works too. So we will trick the Corviknight, so we will lock it into whatever move that it really wants to lock itself into, which is going to be either Iron Defense or something else. It's a Choice Scarf. I get the leftovers. Wicked Blows coming out into Golden Go. Yep. Golden Go going to go down, but I'm completely fine with getting the Golden Go for the trick on the Corviknight here, because it's going to let my Zapdos basically target whatever the other slot is pretty freely. They go for a Body Press, which is not doing any damage. Yeah, like as you see, it just does no damage. I do get a Bulk Up off with my Galarian Zapdos, and now the Galarian Zapdos is in a very, very solid position. I don't even think Corviknight can knock out the Rillaboom with Body Press. Maybe it can, but we'll find out. I want to kind of bait the Rillaboom. I kind of want to bait the Protect from the Urshifu, so I kind of want to bulk up again, and I kind of want to swap into Crest. If you go for Wicked Blow, though, that's really bad. I don't think Body Press knocks out Rillaboom at +2, but... you know what? I'd rather just fake out here. I'd rather just fake out. I'll play a fake out game with the... I really want to go Crest here. I really do. But I don't think it's worth it. I think I'd rather just get the fake out into the Rillaboom, into the Urshifu. Okay, yeah, it was not worth it. Good. It was not worth it, potentially. So we will get a Bulk Up off. A Body Press going to come out. It does knock out the Rillaboom. Okay, that's actually a game changer, but... I guess if it's not Terra Dark Urshifu, I don't know if it knocks out Cresselia. That's going to be an interesting note here. So I will be able to go for the acrobatics, and we will swap out into Cresselia. I never target the Corviknight because there's no reason to ever target the Corviknight. So we'll bring out Cresselia. We're going to acrobatics the Urshifu, and the question is, what am I doing with Crest? Am I Trick Rooming or Lunar Blessing here? I want to say the play is just to go for the Lunar Blessing. Yeah, I think it is the Lunar Blessing here. Because they're going to Wicked Blow. Oh, they expected Ally Switch, so really good here. So I am going to be able to get a free Lunar Blessing. They go for the Body Press double up. Okay. As you can see, just does nothing to my Galarian Zapdos. And I'm able to get an acrobatics off KO the Urshifu. Critical hit not necessary. I was like, what, +2 attack. They were -1 defense. So Urshifu goes down. Nice. They expect the Ally Switch. Perfect. Lunar Blessing going to come out into my Zapdos and heal it back just a little bit of HP. Grassy Terrain disappears. It's acceptable. I could have abused it the following turns, but it's all right. Let's see who they bring out next. Is it going to be Dondozo? Is it going to be Xianpao? Is it going to be Arcanine? If it's Arcanine, I mean, I should still be fine because they're going to give me Define if that's the case. This should be Xian Pao, I want to say. And with Xian Pao, I can double it up with Moonblast. I can protect the... I can just protect very safely. That is Dondozo, looks like. Yep, Dondozo. Okay. And even if... I feel like the best play here is just to Thunderous Kick the Dondozo and just go for a Lunar Blessing here. Because it covers for Yawns. Wave Crash shouldn't do an insane amount of damage to the Galarian Zapdos, even if it's unaware. And if they go for Yawn, I can cure it with the Lunar Blessing, so it's like not that bad. Here's a Thunderous Kick. Yeah, that is unaware Dondozo. We do drop its defenses, so we are going to build up damage over time. It being Rocky Helmet is actually kind of a concern. All right. Lunar Blessing. They do Yawn the Galarian Zapdos. Okay. We're going to go for another Thunderous Kick. We're going to go for a Lunar Blessing once again. I guess I got to watch about my HP because I need to make sure that I do... because they're going to Yawn to Crest and then I'm going to have to burn Sleep Transfer to Crest. So that's going to be one scary part. Let's see if Xian Pao is ever coming in. Because that's a big one. Because as long as Corviknight's on the field, it's just not doing anything. So I'm really surprised they have not switched out yet. Especially because... I guess because they wanted Dondozo to be extremely bulky. Because if they do switch out into Xian Pao, they are taking a Thunderous Kick to that slot. So I guess maybe I'm pinning them right now. Thunderous Kick going to come out into the Dondozo. Also, it's nice that they're not healing anymore. Yeah, like I'm going to KO the Dondozo with the next Thunderous Kick. Which is really good. And here comes a Lunar Blessing once again. So we're healing back to full with Cresselia. We're healing back with our Zapdos. And they go for a Wave Crash. Okay, perfect. As they just don't do nearly enough. Alright. We fall asleep, but that's not a big deal because we can just heal back up. We're going to go for a Thunderous Kick and we're going to go for a Lunar Blessing. And heal back our status. I guess I could Yawn again and it's going to be awkward overall, but it should be, I don't know. I think long term it should be acceptable, but this might be closer than I thought. Okay, they didn't go hard Xian Pao, which I'm a bit surprised. Maybe they just don't have it. The Zapdos takes its first turn of sleep, but it's going to be healed up with the Lunar Blessing. This should be Yawn again, but if it's Yawn again, that's like fine. So we heal back. We wake up instantly. Wave Crash into the Cresselia. Okay, I don't know if that's the game plan here. Because yeah, I do get a free Thunderous Kick into whatever's coming in. They do not have a switch. And we're going to go for a Lunar Blessing once again because we got to heal our Galarian Zapdos. And yeah, like the Dondozo is now just too low. I felt like if they Wave Crash, sure, you could Wave Crash the Zapdos again. It looks like that's not their plan. Like even if they protect, I'm just keep Lunar Blessing and I'm healing more than they're doing damage wise. So I just don't see it. Body press. Oh, they crit me. They crit me. Okay. Actually, did I go down to Rocky Helmet if they went for it? Okay. Acceptable. Lunar Blessing. Unfortunately, the thing is I am getting low on the Lunar Blessings, but the Corviknight's got to run out of body press eventually. And then it's going to start struggling. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I am going to Thunderous Kick again, and I am going to Lunar Blessing. I have 3 Lunar Blessings. That should be enough to break through, but we'll see. They crit me again? No way, man. Oh. That was the Rincon double critic. Okay, if it's Xian Pao in the back, maybe there's still an out. I think it's really unlikely, but there is an out, I guess. Did they Terra at all yet? Then those didn't Terra, Corviknight didn't Terra. Yeah, they Terra Urshifu. Okay, so they don't have Terra as an out. Is it back? Is it Rillaboom? Xian Pao. It is Xian Pao. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't try to do a Wave Crash strat with the like immediate turn of Beyond, but alright. I'm gonna go for a Terra. I'm gonna go for the Moonblast into the Xian Pao. And let's see how the rest is gonna perform. Cresselia could beat this 1v2 here. Depending on the moveset of the Xian Pao. Moonblast should do nearly enough. I think it just depends because I have not been counting how many body presses this Corviknight has. It has been locked into body press. And I still have Lunar Blessings. They're gonna get like 2 Ice Spinners though, which is pretty bad, or 2 crashes. If it's crash, I might have to dodge 1. But let's find out. This end game got a little bit tricky when they double crit me. That is unfortunately the part about running the like a slower strategy like this with setup defensively. You can get crit. So we will bring out our Cresselia. Terra Fairy, so we get rid of our Dark Weakness, because if they go for a Sucker Punch endgame, I do not want that happening. Like, I definitely want to just go for the Moonblast here with the Terra Fairy and avoid taking as much damage as possible. They go for the Protect the Scout, which makes sense. They're also probably just trying to build up damage to Body Press. All right. That is just doing a lot with the Sword of Ruin now. I don't think I win this. I have Citrus Berry, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I am going to Moonblast. And then I might Trick Room on the falling to. I guess I should have Trick Roomed here. But if they did go for Ice Spinner, it was just really bad. I don't know. We'll find out. Corviknight is doing a lot of damage, though. That is something that I do have to keep in mind. So we Moonblast here, and then I think I Trick Room on the Protect again, and they Body Press. It's not an easy endgame. I think this could have been avoided if, like, I didn't get double crit, or at least, yeah, just double crit. Like, one of the 2 crits is fine, because I think Galarian, oh boy, it is Crash. Does do a lot of damage. I do heal with the Citrus. I think I do need to dodge the next one, though. Body Press, a lot. Okay, Moonblast the Xian Pao. Trying to think. I do think I Trick Room here. Let's see if it's going to be the Crash again or not. Or if they Protect and then just Body Press. I want to go for the Trick Room. Let's see how much the Body Press is doing again. Because that's going to be... Well, if they Crash, Body Press is over. But, like... If they do Protect or they miss, we have an out. Yeah, they protected. Okay, that's good. So we do go for the Trick Room. Body Press going to come out. They might try to Sucker Punch Body Press it here. So the thing is, if I have to either Lunar Blessing or Moonblast. The thing is, if I Lunar Blessing, I don't think I'm out healing. Am I out healing the Corviknight damage? It was doing 50. I think I Lunar Blessing again. Yeah, I'm going to Lunar Blessing. I'm going to hope that they Sucker Punch. Yeah. Okay. But the thing is, the Body Press is getting the boost, and I feel like I'm going to have very little remaining HP. Lunar Blessing going to come out. 99 to 45. Yeah. I just feel like I'm going to go down. I want to Lunar... Do I Lunar Blessing one more time? Because if the Xian Pao attacks, I think I have to go for a Moonblast. But if they Protect, it is over if I don't. I think I just got a Moonblast. They Sucker Punch. Yeah. Like, yeah, I didn't have enough HP. I don't think if, like, the Corviknight locks in a struggle, I can't win either. So that's just unfortunate. Double crit here. But it is what it is. Because, yeah. Game putting Rocky Helmet damage did stink. Cresselia does go down to Body Press damage. But, yeah. I mean, I could have tried targeting Corviknight. The problem with targeting Corviknight with, like, the Thunderous Kick and eliminating it is because if I target it with the Thunderous Kick, the Mirror Armor activates and then I lose the Defense Fall, and I don't really like that as an option. So I think I'd rather just target the Dundozo, especially with Yawn Pressure. I just don't think it's worth dealing with the Dundozo. Maybe I could have faked out into Acrobatics earlier, I guess. Maybe the Dundozo, or faked out Acrobatics or Shifu because they didn't Protect, but I don't know if that's exactly worth it. All right, let's go over to games. In the first game, Bulk Up Galarian Zapdos was able to set up, and with Terra was able to tank the attacks with ease while getting strong knockouts into my opponent under Trick Room. In game 2, didn't think my opponent would commit the Terra Ghost option on Tornadus immediately, so maybe I should have just went for the U-turn with Rillaboom instead, but was able to chip away at my opponent's team and find an opening. In game 3, I thought I played pretty well, but double crit from the Corviknight unfortunately ended my odds of winning the game unless I dodged the Icicle Crash. I think Galarian Zapdos is really incredible. The bulk up, it's able to take the attacks really well with the Grassy Seed, which is amazing. It's great into like Sheehan, Pow, Dragonite. It does need a little bit of Terra help, but overall it's able to take the attacks and threaten very heavily, which is absolutely incredible. Very fun mod, very fun team to use. If you do want to try it out, the rental code is on your screen. You can check out the details of this team and the creator down below in the description. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.